guys, what's up good people? Welcome to today's session of Vibes with Katunge. And guys, today we are so privileged to have the one and only CEO and founder of Let's Talk with BossBaby. Kindly join us in this video and let's get to know more about Let's Talk with BossBaby. Some drum rolls! BossBaby, welcome to Vibes with Katunge.
Thank you so much. I'm honored.
Yes.
So BossBaby, you are very welcome.
Thank you.
So I think the first thing that we need to know from you, like, kindly tell us who is BossBaby.
Okay, sure. BossBaby, go by the name Mongela Roda. That's my official name. I'm a student. I'm also a mental health advocate, award-winning, Kenya. Activist of the year 2022, yes. BossBaby is my brand name. Most people know me as the BossBaby of mental health. Not just any BossBaby, but the BossBaby of mental health. You know? Yeah, I carry so many hats. I'm honored. I do so many things. But the main thing that defines my destiny or defines my worth is basically mental health and giving back to the society by ensuring we have safe spaces for mental health.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank
the
you.
award winning.
Thank you
That
so
was
much.
so nice.
Thank you. And BossBaby is also a firstborn. I know.
Firstborn daughters.
Yeah, one thing you don't know actually about BossBaby. BossBaby is very shy in person.
I know.
Yes.
You're shy.
Baby.
Okay.
I
But
know.
I tend to think you're so confident.
Well, I am, but I carry two hats. I have a name Rhoda, and then there's BossBaby. So many people know BossBaby out here. I'm an introvert, but when I tell people that I'm an introvert, they don't believe me. Because outside here, I'm very hyper, I'm the BossBaby. But the moment I get into my house, the moment I seclude myself from the crowd, I become Rhoda. Rhoda hides in me. And Rhoda is very introverted. Rhoda is shy. Rhoda is not a hyper person, but people know me as BossBaby. But I'm really proud of both, because at least Rhoda helps me in BossBaby. Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's good.
Thank you.
So, BossBaby.
Yes.
Okay, would you mind to tell us how the BossBaby mental health talk, how it started, the journey, the starting of it, what motivated you to start that new foundation?
Amazing. That's a very good question, and thank you for that. Well, I started my organization in the year 2021. I think it was quite unconscious or unplanned, but first I started by, during my long holiday for my first year, I was doing online courses, and I got a very beautiful skill in blogging. I started blogging, and I gave my friend a call and was like, I really need to do blogging. What do you think I should blog about? She told me, you always talk to us about mental health. I didn't really know what mental health was at that time. And then I was like, okay, if I tell you guys about mental health, let me go and do it. So I went back, I started doing my research, I would read materials, and then it got so interesting. I mean, and when I would write, I did my first blogs on bloggerspot.com, and I would share them to WhatsApp groups, and people were really appreciating the content. They were like, we need this content, who is this writing? And just like that, people started appreciating mental health. Then I came, that was during the long holiday. When I came for my second year first semester, that's when I drew a friend. I said in one of the cultural weeks that I do mental health, and then drew a friend who identified me. They came and they asked me, you said you do mental health. I think this that you're doing is quite interesting. But that time I was modeling. I was modeling for Kamba cultural stuff. So they were like, I like your confidence, I like what you're doing. And then all of a sudden they found out there was something I really used to like doing, and that was mental health. So they gave me a challenge to do it. That was Sheriff then. Sheriff, your friend actually.
Yeah.
So he told me, you do these things so well, and that's how I started my organization. He gave me a few guidelines, and by coincidentally, it's the same time Sabina Chege started a movement of Run for Mental Health with Sabina Chege, and that's actually the first time I met you guys. I was very naive. I didn't know so much about campus. I mean, in my first year I was very enclosed. I would tell you, in first year, I was dating some guy, and this guy had closed me. I didn't know I was this hyper, by the way. So he had kind of tempted me, after class, that person who follows you everywhere you go. So I didn't know that I was I would explore or I would be this outgoing person. So when I met your friend, of course, Sheriff, and my friend too, that's the time he was like, this girl is quite hyper. So when they told me that we have an event, Sabina's launch, and I saw you love mental health, can I add you to our group? And that's why we went to Ndakaini. We've gone for all other events, and that's where I started learning how to network. No one taught me those things. Then I had a lot of interest in branding, so we started doing t-shirts, we started taking photos. I remember Kim, one of the producers, is the one who took me this photo with Sabina. It still has memories in my heart, you know.
We are going to display it.
Yeah, please do.
They must see. BossBaby and Muhesh.
Yeah, and then from that time, I've never pictured myself in a banner, honestly. Even today, I tell my classmates, because they feel like maybe I'm quite ahead of them, but honestly, that time I was still naive. I didn't know so much about the corporate.
Yeah.
But seeing myself in a banner with Muhesh really meant a lot to me. And that's when I really saw things are happening quite so fast. And I knew that now I'm meant for this. But also I remember it's one of the Sundays I was just relaxing at my place and I was like, I don't feel like going to church. And it was around 6. I'm a very early riser. So that time I'd woken up and I was just bored and something told me, you need to go to church. And whatever the preacher says, put it into practice. So I wake up and go to see you for the 7 a.m. service. And then in that service, the preacher speaks about men's mental health. You know, that was so timely. I mean, I got confused. After the service, immediately he finished his preaching, the voice told me again, now you have the words, go speak about it. And the funny bit about this preaching, the speaker was giving logistic, it was giving points, and it was even putting the percentage of people who have undergone mental health, how men are affected. And you look at it this way, most of the people who are in prison are men, right? Most of the people who commit suicide are men. So I was saying we need to identify where we went wrong as a society for the boy child. And immediately finished, the voice told me, this is what you are made of, go and speak about it. So that's when I knew now this is not just about me. It's more of a commission, it's more of a calling, it's more of something God given to me. And it was at that time that I started committing into it, and things went on so fast. Yeah, I remember the backstage, Daffy was telling me this thing, it's not just done by anyone. I mean, it comes like it really takes something that's inside you. But all in all, I'm also a victim of some childhood traumas, and so that pushes me so much to want to create safe spaces for people to speak about what is bothering them. Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
sure.
I think you are doing so great.
Thank
Your organization is doing so great. And you're one of those people that I've met who have grown really fast.
Thank you.
Within a very short span of time,
You have seen them
you've
grow.
grown so much. And it's so good that females also are doing good in this society.
Yeah, thank you.
So, BossBaby, I would like you to tell us, like, what is mental health? Like, in your own words, like, what is mental health and what does it entail?
Okay, good question. Mental health is the state of being psychologically, emotionally, and socially okay. In the sense that you're thinking, how you're thinking, how your mind is working, is stable, it is safe, it is okay. How you're interacting with people. You see, if someone is not okay right now, you can hear that bad blood. Or they will be bothered to have a conversation right now, so they will not give in to it. And also the fact that you cannot interact. You have an issue with connecting. You see, these people you find out, Katunge was our friend. We used to work so closely there. We would catch up. We would go have some fun. But nowadays she is isolated. So you'd say Katunge anaringa. But then there's something that is bothering them, that is making them push us away. Maybe because they feel like we are giving them so much pressure, or maybe when we have our own issues, she's always understanding. But when she has her issues, maybe we are understanding, but we are not able to take the issue and work on it the way she wants us. So sometimes it gets tricky, but the fact that you are okay, you are able to put boundaries, you're able to understand that, yes, Daffy is my friend, but Daffy is not everything that I need. Yes, BossBaby is my friend, but BossBaby doesn't dictate what I am. Yeah, and also on the matters of mental health, I really champion for mental health for the young people. People don't understand that young people have especially our generation. Do you know that people who are committing suicide, September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. Most of the people who you've seen committing suicide right now are young people aged 14 to 29. So you find that we are losing so many youths in our universities, so many youths in our colleges, so many youths in our high schools. And these kids are living with traumas. How we were brought up might have affected us. And you see, for mental health, we don't tell people you are not mentally okay. We ask people, what happened to you? Because it is something that happened to you that is now manifesting itself. It has taken time to process in your mind, in your body, and now it is even affecting how you are interacting. It is affecting how you are thinking. It is affecting how you're doing your things. It's affecting your emotions. So yeah, that's what mental health is about. And for the course of the youth, you find out there are issues that are specifically affecting the youth. But I also address parents, and I tell them how we are able to bring up children who are mentally okay.
Also, you also address parents.
Yes, I address parents so much, and especially parents who have teenagers, because you feel like someone says, my child has become rebellious, my child this, my child this. If you used to shout at your child when they were young, and now this child goes to school, and everyone is, maybe if your child used to do a mistake and then you tell them you're good for nothing, you shout at them, you beat them. When they go to school, beating is not something big. At the end of the day, teacher and chapa, and then it's just the beating. So the child is like, I'm used to this. So the child doesn't feel the pain to change, because like beating is a normal norm. When I go home, nitachapwa tu. Dad atakuja usiku amelewa, and they will beat us up. So it's something normal. So if this child is not responding to the punishment, now the teachers and the parents start saying that these kids have become rebellious. Exactly. And also some of the children, maybe assuming a baby was raped when they were young. You had the case in Muranga Kigumo where a 5-year-old girl was raped. So if this girl does not get therapy and mental health attention from a specialist, this girl is going to live with that bitterness. So she will see every other man as an enemy, because men rape. You know, raping a child, that child has a very small hole. I know you understand what I mean. So this child felt pain because it was done by a university person, though I'm told the person was not okay. But still, we can't justify rape, you see. So this child, what happens to them when they start thinking like Katunge? They've gotten to campus. Men are there and they're trying to katia her, you know, they're approaching her. She feels like these men don't really matter. And assuming this girl falls in another rape case by mistake and gets raped again. So this child will always rebel on any masculine force brought to them, including the teachers, including the parents and the society. So
and of course they have to socialize with other
exactly. And you won't be surprised if this child becomes a lesbian.
Yes. Sure.
Because something happened to them, it was not treated. And I'm not advocating for LGBTQ, but then we have to speak the truth. If you look at most of them and they decide to give you the stories, some of these cases that were not taken to therapy, that were not informed, that they didn't get support. Because if I'm raped today and I'm maybe in primary school and I come and tell you Katunge as my mother, and then you beat me up because of telling you my stepdad, who is now your lover, because maybe my dad died, has raped me, and then you beat me, I will see you as an enemy. I'll see everyone as an enemy. I will also hate that dad. So what happens to me? You know? Yeah, so that's why we have to also talk to the parents.
Yeah, sure. But you know, when those kids, they get that trauma from when they are young, they grow with it. So it's good when they are being taught to at an early age, so that when they are growing up, they know, they get to understand.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think also like African parents, like sorry to say, but most African parents have failed in parenting and they don't know, like totally they don't know they have failed in
They
parenting.
are dealing with their issues because they were also parented in a way that their parents were not aware about mental health.
Yeah, most of us like have been raised in, most people have been raised in homes where they don't have a say, especially as children. Children don't have a say in their homes. Like you can't
Can I tell you something on that point? There's a quote one of my greatest therapists is called Sifa always tells me. Parents will allow their children to do everything except to be themselves.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They want to
exactly.
dictate. They want them to be what they
They
want.
will allow you to be everything else, but they won't allow you to be
What
yourself.
you want. And especially in homes where you find, like, you know, even some, do you know there are parents who are toxic? Like, there is toxic parenting. Like, whenever your parents do something to you and you don't have the voice to tell them whatever you feel inside, do you know that is trauma?
That leads to trauma, and it has affected so many young people. And that's why I'm telling you, they succumb to depression, they succumb to mental health issues, and even if they are lucky, they come to deal with a lot of trauma. And those, assuming a boy has grown in a family where the father was violent, you know, when they come and date a young girl like you, Daffy, and they beat you up, they don't feel like it's a big deal. Like, I'm disciplining my wife. You know, these parents of having issues, that they fight overnight, and then in the morning they pretend like everything is okay. So they assume us kids are okay, and we didn't see whatever happened. So what are they doing to our minds? When I grow up and then go and date a man, this man, even if he does anything to me, I feel like he's supposed to do that, and tomorrow I wake up, wash the dishes and serve him very happy, like everything is okay. But you know, whatever that is happening inside me is killing me. But that's the information we lack, and that is why I'm telling you, I champion for the cause, for people to be aware, for people to get to understand what is happening and how we should do things, because it's now business and issue. Mental health has become a global crisis, and it really needs a lot of action.
Okay. BossBaby, what are some of the challenges that you have encountered throughout your journey up to now?
Well, I'd start by my strength, and then I'll give you my challenges.
Awesome.
First and foremost, I would like to say that I started my organization in the year 2021. And starting an organization, when you start with a team, people do not carry the same grace that you're carrying. People are not doing this thing because they want to do it.
Exactly.
They have seen you do it, and then they have gotten excitement, and now they want to do it. But then you are doing it. This is like a calling. Imagine pastor afungue church alafu afunge. Maybe that tells you alikuwa kwa sababu ya pesa. But if you become the Elijah of your moment, if you become the Joseph, even if you want to run away from that, you will just do like Jonah. Uenda Nineveh, umezwe na samaki na urudishwe kwa hiyo calling. Yeah, but the moment that you are committed to something, you will push with people and they will leave you. Especially because organizations demand money, they demand sacrifice, they demand time. You are a student, you are maybe trying to hustle, you are also turning the brand. Like, it costs for a lot of grace, because not everyone is ready to commit. And then it asks for a lot of commitment and discipline, because this time I'm here, I'm coming from here, I go and for an online meeting to maybe learn an online, to get information about mental health. After that, I will have to journal. After that, I'll have to see the clients that had texted me if I am supposed to refer them. So imagine how that life is, and then I can prepare my meal. I'm also a student, I have to do the assignments and everything. So you find out that people feel like it's too much. And so with time, if this person was not committed to the cause, they get tired. But I would also wish to really appreciate people who have come through from my organization. Of course, my entire executive, my mom, she has been really supportive all through since I started. She never at any point told me that you can't do this. My family has been there. My younger brother is also, he's an upcoming brand for mental health. I'm so happy for him. I mean, he's in Form 3 and he's thinking so much. He gives me challenge, and I'm like, this boy is, he told me some other day, I need, when I'm in campus, to buy me a camera, and then I'll be shooting stories about mental health. I was like, man, I'm not even doing it, and I'm in campus. Young man, what's up with you? And also my entire family, of course. And I have a friend, she's Angela. Angela is a doctor. She's a mental health practitioner and also the founder of Narhemi Foundation, which means nurturing healthy minds. She's been really supportive. But I wouldn't forget to really acknowledge Murang'a County government. Like, these people believed in this young girl. They have seen my dream all through. They have seen me talk about mental health. They've seen me champion the cause. They've supported me. They always motivate me, encourage me, and tell me, BossBaby, it's doable. And above all, my mentor, the deputy governor. I would like to really honor and thank my deputy governor, His Excellency Honorable Stephen Monania, for being a mentor to me. He's been mentoring me. He has seen me through the journey. He believed in me because I used to go to his fields wearing that t-shirt. Let's talk with BossBaby when he's launching youth programs. And I got to talk to him. And I remember at some point when Charlene Ruto had visited Muranga, for our coffee farm program that is led by His Excellency, the Deputy Governor. And he was like, BossBaby, this is BossBaby. She does mental health. I was there with my t-shirt. You have to brand yourself. And behind it, it's written making mental health a global priority. I even have that photo we took, and I was so excited. Like, he mentioned me, and he has been seeing me through the journey. He has also, through his entire county executive, OCCs, my governor, His Excellency Dr. Irungu Kangata, who has really taught us so much on matters volunteering. He's always telling us, young people, you need to volunteer. Our CC youth, our CC, on all platforms, and of course Muranga Level 5, they've given me an opportunity to go there, interact with mental health clients, give them support, and they never question me. So I feel like it has taken a lot of grace for me in this county and even outside the county, in all other areas I go, and I don't take that for granted. Of course, when it comes to an organization, there are also challenges, but I would say the greatest challenge is for me, balancing and multitasking is a strength. I don't know how I do it. I think the same way you said, it's grace. But then being able to, sometimes it gets tough. You have to do an event, you don't have money. Everyone looks at you and they're like, when BossBaby, tumekuona kwa picha na mtu fulani, tumekuona, what do you mean you don't have money? So it gets tough sometimes, but you have to do it. Because the moment I say I'm not doing my events because I don't have money, that will be the end of me. So I have to sacrifice, I have to lobby, I have to commit myself. Sometimes I have to forgo these things we do as young people. It's very rare for you to find me beating sherehe. Because pesa nitaweka kwa dundani, ama ni pesa nitasave nipeleke a place like Kirinyaga to go do a championship, So but I don't feel like it really affects me so much. But the fact that I am looking at the future, I know sometime it will make sense. Yeah.
I think already it's making sense.
It is. Yeah, sure.
Okay, BossBaby, that was so good. So I want you to tell someone out there who feels, okay, do someone knows when they have mental health issues?
Let me tell you, the funny bit about mental health is that, you see that person, there's one of the mental disorders is called schizophrenia. People call it in layman's language, and I really hate this word. I think my face has shown how much. People call it when wazimu. Because, if you look at people who we call or label as when wazimu, these are people who will collect garbage and keep it in order. This person will come here and find a bucket placed in the wrong place and put it in the right place. But what do we call them? When and we view them as people who don't know what they are doing. But if you have schizophrenia, even when you are doing those things, you know you are doing it the right way. So actually, we are the ones who have, like ni sisi ndio hatuko sawa juu tunakuona kama wewe hauko sawa. So we just need to have that awareness that this person might not be okay. But sometimes you can know. There are times whereby you isolate too much. You get irritated. You have mood disorders, depression, the likes of bipolar are mood disorders. And sometimes also having encoded a trauma, you every time you see something, maybe if you're involved in an accident, every time you're trying to cross the road, you get anxious, you panic. What does that tell you? Something happened and it's really affecting you. It's getting to you. So you need to maybe seek help. You need to seek therapy. But also, it doesn't matter if you're not supposed to identify yourself and know, I'm not okay, something went wrong. You as my friends, if I have been with you all through, and then all of a sudden I'm disappearing, you've been seeing me doing events back to back. Sometimes I might be doing these events, but then with a lot of energy that sounds exaggerated. Maybe I'm escaping from something. Something happened for me and I'm trying to keep myself busy. So you need to also understand the conversations you have as friends. Men are quite toxic. It's very rare. For men, when you are around the age of 20 to 35, you have so many people in your circle. What did you talk about? Girls, partying, playing golf, having fun, playing pool. But then when you come to 40 and the midlife crisis crushes you. You will see a man walking alone, another man staying alone, a man has no friends. So what does that tell you? These friendships were not really meant for the future. They were not really meant for impact. So it's time we embrace healthy talks even in these simple groups, because that person who looks very strong in the group is the weakest. And you know what's funny about mental health? You find that 1 in 5 people, 1, 2, 3, and other 2, one of us is not okay. They are struggling something. There is an issue. And also 1 in 5 women that you know has gone through what we call gender-based violence. Either they've been sexually assaulted, they've been beaten up, they've been emotionally harassed, exactly, they've been molested. Unajua kama hii ya makanga ati anakuita alafu anakitusi. Hiyo ni harassment. I mean, that's gender-based violence. So unapata kila mtu amepitia kashida kake. But ni vile hatuwezi ambiana ukweli. So it's time we have open talks. Ile unaniambia ukweli na kwambia ukweli, si feel like nikikwambia shida zangu utaenda kusema ama utaniona kama a weak person. You know, I remember the time I was dating, someone told me you are too vulnerable. I mean, that word has never hid from my heart. I've gone to therapy, I've felt okay, I'm at terms, I've forgiven the person, but then I still feel like you would have told me something better. Because how do you tell me I'm too vulnerable? Honestly, that really broke my heart. But then, so if someone else ever tells me I'm too vulnerable, you know, that would do bad to me, because I'm used to you guys look at me as a very strong person. You know, my friends think that because I champion mental health, I don't have issues. Man, I might be the one dying.
You might be the one dying inside.
Carrying all your issues. And then I also have mine. So how am I able to balance? So sometimes we just need to understand that we need to have healthy conversation. We need to catch up. Do you know there's something I came to understand? You see, these times that we ignore those small talks. But if you're here today, we had a talk with you, and then I've committed suicide. You will be surprised. Exactly. You will be like, so something was happening to her. Okay, and why didn't she tell us? I feel like we should have asked her. But that time when we had all that time, we were speaking about other things. We didn't even think like, but are you okay? You know, even in relationships, you need to be asking your person, how are you mentally? What is happening with you? Mkienda tu msiende mshinde mmelavidavi ama ikakuwa one-sided, no, unapendwa sana. Pia mtu akianza kukupenda sana, question. Sababu mamake maybe alikuwa single mom na hakuonyesha mapenzi, so anatry kukuletea. Na unajua akioverdo pia at some point itamuaffect, sababu itamdrain, anatry to replace what haikuwa, na pia yeye ataanza kukufanya mother figure. Will you play the role his mother would have played? No. Yeah, so yeah.
And I think also people need to exercise healthy friendships.
Yes.
You find most people call each other friends, but you never have healthy talks. Like your friends don't even realize when you have a problem.
Imagine.
Like unless you tell them, and even when you tell them, they don't take it as a serious issue. Yeah, sure. And also, I think even in relationships, people should be having healthy talks here and there. And also, someone who is not realizing when you're not okay, I don't think that's a
That's not a bad. Well, that's not
You should tell when the other person is not okay. You can tell.
Yeah, you can
really
tell.
tell
Like, why are you
someone is not
connected?
okay.
Yeah, but also, let me tell you one thing. Especially if you are getting yourself into a certain relationship, you need to have boundaries. But then, there's something I always tell young people, especially if you are getting married. Have you heard stories? Someone got married, it's 9 months down the line, and then they're broken up. You know what? We was thinking about it this way. Instead of us going to spend all the money in rural shows, hosting people, having fun, and then we come to break up after 6-7 months, why can't we get this money and go to a therapist?
Yeah, sure.
You'll be told that this person was raised by a single mom. This is how they might behave. This person was raised by a violent dad. This is how they might behave. You understand each other. And then you get to know how issues are dealt with. Because if we come here as total strangers, do you know kuna mtu ameikuwa kwa relationship, then they come to find a good person and they still feel like, kama mbona anaendelea kuwa mzuri hivi?
You start to question. What is being loved? You're not used to being treated well, and you're like, why is this person doing so nice?
This is too good to be.
Yeah.
And you're like, I mean, why are you like this? Because you have gone through a lot of insecurities in the hands of your past relations. And because you have not healed, you are here doing 2 rebounds each and every other day. So that affects you. So you really need to heal, work on yourself, and learn how to connect with boundaries. Because every time you give someone all your life, they will take advantage of it. And the moment that they are going to use that as a weapon against you, will be here calling men are toxic, women are narcissistic, they are gaslighting us, and then you're crying and your friends are telling you, call BossBaby.
Yeah, but there's this one thing that you have said, and I think people need to take it serious. And I was also thinking of the same. Like in relationships and in marriages, when we get to marriages,
of course,
we need to go. People need to normalize going to therapy and seeing counselors and just talking. Even when you are okay, people think that it's only when you have an issue in the marriage, in the relationship. Yeah, even when you are okay, sometimes you think you are okay, but your partner is not okay, and you don't realize that they are not okay. Yeah, sure. People need to normalize that for sure. Yeah. And even parents, because as I said, African parents are failing in parenthood.
They are not really failing. It's because they never had the language. I mean, I think even you growing up, you might have had mental health. When you had run with Sabina, people don't have this information, and that is why it's affecting them. They feel like, you see, in the ancient times, their parents would beat the hell out of them. You are told that because your father is always beating you, he loves you. So love is, so how do you grow knowing? If assuming they're free, your father and your mother, I'm not saying that is what happened, used to beat each other up, and especially your mother was beaten up. Do you know if you go and get a man who is beating up a woman, you're going to think that it is normal, and you're going to be beaten, and you're going to now start suffering, you will find, why are you staying? Your mother brought you up, maybe they stayed in a very violent place, so they never thought of what is happening to their children. So when the children are being oriented to this violence, they're not surprised. There are families whereby the father goes, say ameenda kulewa. Atakuja saa 7 wa mtu wote wakaishi hapa. Mtaandikwa na mama yenu na kesho amtamka, and mom expects you to do well and life continues. And then you go to school and you're beaten up by your teacher. Maybe assuming ulitoka shule ukapigwa na mamako alipata umeosha vyombo, umeosha kila kitu, but ulisahau kutoa chumvi kwa meza, so ukatandikwa. Ukitoka hapo ukienda kufanya assignment ukaangusha lamp, taa ikavunjika, ukatandikwa kichapo moja. Ukienda kulala mkalala vizuri tu, umelala ukilia obvious. Mzee anakuja ile saa 7 yake, amelewa, anawaamsha na wapareni. Alafu kidogo, mbona viatu zangu haziko sawa? Na hizo viatu wamekuwa nazo, maybe way they've not been clean, ama shati fulani. And you don't even know why. Maybe if you thought it was clean, ama ni socks, you thought it was washed. So wewe hapo naively unaanza kulia cause utatense kwanza, ama unanyamaza unashindwa kuongea. If a child is used to loud noise, you go numb. Cause hujui utareact aje. So hiyo moment umepatwa na hiyo shock, unatandikwa tena. Kesho asubuhi mnaamshwa, mnaambiwa mkachote maji ama mfanye kazi ngumu, mnachelewa kwenda shule. Ukifika shule mwalimu anafanya nini? Anakuchapa. Will you be surprised if this 15-year-old commits suicide?
No.
Ama akichapwa na I feel like kuchapwa is nothing. Ama ingie kwa drugs. What is happening? So our parents grew up in a toxic manner, and they think that beating us up is loving us, but it is not. Honestly, it's not. Hata kukazia mtu, unaweza kazia mtu maisha and then you kuna mu affect more. Actually I feel like we need to get to a point whereby tuna have conversations open kama hivi, tunaongea, unauliza mtu wako. I was challenging my friend, and I always do this. My friend Mato, I believe mnamjua, CEO. He has a kadota called Zawadi. Every time I go to his place na nimekutana na Zawadi ametoka shule na msalimia, sasa Zawa umekuaje, how was school, nani alikuchapa, teacher alikwambia aje, rafiki yako alisema aje. You need to know those things, because if this child anachukuliwa na mtu anduthi asubuhi, assuming amripie kwa nduthi na mpeleke tu shule na ukisema akifika shule maybe ama kabla na kingine kalijaribu kumshika ama kakamuonesha, we call them kasusu. We want to really caught na watoto wetu wanajua language. So unapata like yani hatuja have your network. You need to have at least each day when you become parents, of course, spare 7 minutes. I know you have a small sister, by the way. Spare 7 minutes. Ukienda home every day unamuuliza, nini ili happen leo, ulifanya nini, ulicheza na nani, huyu mtu huyu ataona uko concerned. So hata kama hujamuuliza atakuwa anakuja. Alafu akirap hizo 7 minutes usimsumbue, kila kitu anakuambia msikize. And then sasa zile amekwambia kama maybe alichapa fulani, unamwambia ni makosa. Kama alifanya hivi unamwambia, na yeye akikuonesha tena uambie teacher sababu hiyo ni makosa. So this child atakuja kurepiwa. Alafu pia zingine tunaambia watoto we love them. Mimi sasa kama mimi ni girl kama zile ambaye I love you, alafu ninakuja campus na kukutana na mwanaume
anakuambia I love you.
I love you. You are
Maybe I love you.
I love you. You are beautiful.
Guys, you have never been told.
So if Njoroge or Akimani tells you are beautiful, you will freeze.
Imagine, I think even parents should tell their kids, you know, you are so beautiful.
You need to affirm them. I mean, it's not something.
And most parents do the opposite.
Exactly.
Actually, it's most parents that break the self-confidence.
Especially girls.
Esteem. Hata boys, kwanza boys. Sana ndio affected.
Nasikia mwanaume hafai kulia, unalia nini?
Mwanaume hafai this.
Mwanaume hafai kukaa ngumu, mwanaume aliangi ovyo ovyo, mwanaume unaona.
Ana suppress vitu zote. But it's really something that you're working so hard to create that awareness. Because I'm sure if now you've known and you're going to put it in practice with your younger sister, with your younger brother,
with our kids to
with
come.
our friends, those people who are watching us, of course, if they get this information and share with someone else, we are spreading the awareness. There are so many ways to kill a cat, you know, to kill a rat. Oh, a cat, sorry. To kill a rat. So if we use all specific ways, all ways possible, social media, physical campaigns, and shout to the best of our ability, we are able to achieve this thing of making mental health a global priority.
Yeah, BossBaby, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Well, in the next 5 years is 2020.
2028.
2028. I'll be in 2028. I plan to be, of course, a politician. I forgot to say I love politics so bad. It's in my heart. Of course, I'm looking forward to a game of being in politics. By the time I'm in 2028, I'm also looking forward to be, if by God's grace, and that's my prayer, to be pursuing my PhD, by that time my doctorate, because I'm looking forward to doing my postgraduate, not my postgraduate diploma, but my master's. Immediately after I'm done in school. So after that, I will just enroll for my PhD, and I'm just really praying for God to give me the grace now to spend those many years people spend doing the courses, you know. I must think so deep into politics, but I'm also looking at my best ability, digital marketing, public relations, but not only in Kenya. Looking at Let's Talk with BossBaby, in 5 years it should be a global forum, fully global. I'm also looking forward to even winning a global award. I mean, it's doable. It's doable, and I'm also looking forward to, apart from being in politics, to also lengthening my hands and being able to work globally. Yeah.
That's
hapo
great.
Kwa marriage sina haraka.
Hapo kwa marriage una haraka.
Hapo kwanza
watoto wanachelewa.
Sijui. Acha tuachie maneno ya Mungu. Mnaweza niweka pale. BossBaby who said. Unajua kwa mwanasiasa unapigwa na maneno yako. But sina haraka. But it happen ni sawa, ni mpango ya Mungu. You know, you believe in God
plans. And God's timing is the best.
Yeah.
Okay, BossBaby, I will talk to someone who feels so low and someone who feels they don't have someone to talk to. And you know, it's not easy to find someone who you can open up to.
Yeah.
Tell them just one word that you feel can encourage them.
Amazing. What I want to tell you is that it's okay not to be okay, but then not for so long. Mental health has become an issue that's full in our society. So it's time that you take a step speaking up. Let's talk with BossBaby. We have a phrase that we say your voice is your power. This means that you have all it takes to speak up. You can either use actions, you can write, you can speak to someone. Even if it means getting that stranger walking out here and talking to them and telling them I'm going through this and disappear. And if you feel like you can't trust anyone as a friend, just look for that stranger. And of course, if you are feeling like you need a professional help or support, you can always reach out to me. I believe you're going to place my number there for anyone who really needs support. And of course, you can also reach out to me through my social media. platform as BossBaby Mental Health Advocate. That's what I call myself on all platforms. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I mean, you can get me all in those all platforms, and you can also email us at let's talk with BossBaby at gmail.com, and also all other platforms are let's talk with BossBaby. Yeah, so through that you are able to reach out to us, and of course our brand number is 0714445791. So through that number you can also text and get help, and you're going to be referred to a professional or supported by the one that you will get through that number. So don't be silenced. Your voice is your power. Remember that we are trying to make safe spaces for people to talk about mental health confidently. You know, you feel like, yes, I'm going through this thing, but it's not weird. Yes, I've ever been raped, but I'm not the first person, and there's a way it can be dealt with. Yes, I've been traumatized. Yes, I've been beaten up. Yes, I've gone through a GBV related family. Yes, I've been shamed. I've been told I'm a good for nothing person. Yes, I've been harassed at workplace. Yes, I've been harassed for my grades in campus. Yes, I didn't graduate. Yes, I have gotten post-graduation depression that comes. You know, if your friends get jobs and you graduated, then
and you don't have anything to do.
But
yes, that pressure is
easy.
too much.
Yeah, and especially for the youth. You know, in campuses, the colleges, and even the young people, they have identity crisis. They have issues to do with financial crisis and love issues. Those are the main things that are affecting. Whether love from their parents, they having crises, whether them having issues in relationships, those are the main issues that are affecting them. So please just speak up about it. It's not so hard to get help. You just need to speak up, and we are going to support you on pro bono. It's very free. You can call that number, you can reverse call, you can do anything, you can text anytime and just state your issue, because this is, you know, this is an official number, so just state whatever is bothering you, and then you'll be attended to or referred to a therapist. Thank you.
I think that is where we come to the end of our show today. So just wrap it up. BossBaby, you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
I like what you're doing. I've seen you start. This is your foundation of Let's Talk with BossBaby, mentally based on mental health. I've seen you start your journey. I saw you win that award, and still you're going far.
Thank
I
you.
know you win many more, and globally, not just here in Kenya. Yeah, you're going far, and I like you are. There's really you know
ambition.
Yeah, you're so ambitious. Na vile unajituma. Si rahisi.
Acha the consistency. Did I tell you how old I am? I'm 21. Actually, I'm going to turn 22.
At 21 unajituma.
So you see, it calls for a lot of, I told you, discipline, commitment, consistency. Yo ajitu ya kuendelea. Challenges ziko but unataka kuendelea. And I would say to everyone out here, thinking about starting a brand, thinking about doing something, you just need to make a step. And that step is just begin. There is no formula ati sina pesa sasa nangoja niomoke nangoja. Mimi nikiwa 19 na ndio nilianza, nilikuwa na pesa gani shule? Hakuna. Nikiwa 19 nilikuwa najua nani? No one. So you just need to believe in yourself and just do it. It's doable. And remember that mental health is a priority and should be given a priority just as any other. Vile unashikwa na homa unakimbia hapa hosi. Unashikwa hivi unashikwa na kidonda hapa unaenda unatibiwa. Ukifeel hauko sawa enda utibiwe. Na Frida just told us again, hata kama hauko sawa, vile unaenda check up unaangaliwa na dentist, meno yangu iko sawa, enda pia uangaliwe is my mental health okay, so that we can create safe spaces. Na mimi I really honor this. Thank you guys for having me. I know you had a lot of people to invite, but
actually you were to be one of those people.
I'm really honored, and I look forward to more opportunities we can work together and support our society. Thank you so much, our listeners, for following up with this program, and I wish to remind you that you need to subscribe. How do you miss out on Vibes with Katunge?
How?
Subscribe, follow, like, comment, share. Content creator. So usipofollow, usiposhare, utafanya nini?
BossBaby also have a YouTube channel.
Yes, nitawaambia kama mkurugenzi una risk kufanya nini na ndengu. That's our YouTube channel. Let's talk with BossBaby.
So you go and subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe, guys.
Let's talk with BossBaby.
Na watu wangu wakuje kuwa subscribe.
Yes, na pia watu wangu mfike kule mfanye ile kitu.
Thank you so much.
BossBaby, I live with one word.
Yes.
Whenever you feel like giving up in this journey, always remember those people who are looking up to you. They should be your greatest
and
motivation.
we are not
Thank you.
We are one of those people. We might not say it.
So
we may not say it every now and then, but actually sometimes we do talk about BossBaby, the movement. That is very right. Direct us in ukweli. We always mention you. We may not tell you every now and then, but we see what you are doing,
really
and people are seeing what you are doing. Imagine when you give up and people are
No, that's the last thing I'd ever do in this life.
BossBaby, your greatest fear should be to disappoint those people who believe in you.
But you see, I feel like my greatest fear is stopping this that I do. Because if I rely on people will never imagine people. I rarely tell you when you are doing it the right way. There are people who will wait for that card down. But the moment you are doing it for you, it gets okay. Because I told you I've gone through trauma. So every time I look at a child growing up to go through trauma without any help, that gives me a reason. And to all girls out here, people are telling you have to do this, you have to do this for me to help you. It's doable without all that support. As long as you're willing to do it in your own best way.
When you are starting, the support is usually one person. I think you have seen those memes. And when the success is there, the room is so full. Everyone wants to be
people pulling out photos that they commented on Katunge show saying, I know this guy.
You see, we took a picture together.
They'll be screenshotting and sending.
That's how the journey it is.
It has to be tough.
So keep doing what you are doing. Keep doing you.
Keep pushing.
We are behind you. We are doing what?
You feel inspired?
We are looking up to you.
Oh, thank you so much. I feel like I'm so honored. That really made me my day. I mean, Sijambi.
Actually, you're doing a good job. I see you
becoming
becoming that. You see those women in power. I see you becoming one of them.
And you're inspiring girls out here. But there's so much.
I'm honored. And I also look forward to uplifting boy child. Sababu wamesema tumempower the girl child. Tukasahau kijana. Lazima to push boy child. No, I show hata ina boy child. But mimi na complain. The next time I come, I want to be interviewed by boy child.
Okay, the next day you'll have all the boys on stage. Talk about the director.
That is what it means to champion for the boy. Asiseme umetusahau. Thank you so much.
So guys, this has been Let's Talk with BossBaby, the CEO and founder of
Let's talk with BossBaby.
Basically on mental. Usikufe peke yako.
Usikufe peke yako.
Bye.
Bye guys.
Thank you.